Uh, oh, unless you are okay. Are you okay?
No, I'm shutting it. Here we go.
You see, you're making me edit. Damn it.
I don't care if you see me for a second.
Oh, thank you. Well, I still don't have a mic, but they're gonna bear with me because it doesn't
Did
matter.
you did you see Kevin's comment under your gym photo?
Wait, we're filming.
I know.
And oh, because you want it to be known. Well, I didn't respond
No, not because I wanted to be
on
known, just
purpose.
I saw that.
I know you know that you know that you saw that I saw you saw that.
But you know what I was gonna
Because
do? I was
what were
gonna
you
re
gonna do?
I was gonna reply from Misty's account and be like, it's mine, obviously.
Yeah, so I didn't respond because one day I will have a gym like that because guess what? I'm seeing an apartment. Okay, wait. We're filming for a reason. Ask me the question again.
Also, I was gonna say you could send him that photo of your plaque on the wall that says
Oh
Misfit
my
Vegans,
God.
right? Anyway,
Okay, what was your question?
I don't even remember now. Oh, where do you okay, let me stop making noise to be respectful. Um, okay, let me use my podcast voice.
Oh yeah, let me put in
Where
my headphones too, and I'll use my voice as well. Hold on one
I
second.
cannot hear you. What'd you say? Did you say, is this thing on?
Hold on one second, please.
I cannot hear you.
Hold on.
Okay.
Why can you hear me now when I
Because you're
talk like
because you're
this?
because you're yelling. Please don't yell at me. Is that what you taught me to say?
No, but when I talk normal, you can't hear me. Can you hear me
Uh,
now?
Yeah, yeah, I could hear you. I think my
Okay.
volume was too low. Let me go throw this chocolate out while I ask you this question. If I order when I am hungry, I do order raw vegan chocolate because in my mind, I'm getting it as a treat when I only order, like twice a year maybe. So it's like it's still raw, and in my mind, it's like a treat, right? And it comes in the mail, so you can't be like impulsively eating. So assuming I liked this chocolate, which I don't, what is your view on raw vegans that buy raw chocolate or have salt, like in comparison to raw vegans that have salt, or raw vegans that do juice cleanses, or that have sprouted raw protein powder? Like some of it you say, well, if they're early in their journey and it's a transition food, fine. Depends how long they've been raw. Okay, but where in the scope are you judging these things when you say in their beginning stages? And where on the scale is chocolate to the other things I mentioned?
Oh, this is such a good question, Sherry. Thank you so much for asking because I've always wanted to talk about this, but nobody ever asked me this question. Like, this is an advanced question, obviously, right? Okay. So I believe that there is a time and place for everything if you enjoy it. And so we're all on our journey to finding ways to enjoy the raw food diet the most so that we can stick to it as long as it's needed in order to see the amazing magical benefits of the raw food diet, which I mean, to me, it's worth doing for life. But some people might want to just do it to reverse their breast cancer or heal their, cold or, whatever, right? Grow their hair or clear their skin. So some people want to do it for a little bit and then go back to eating a little bit of cooked food or unhealthy food, and some people can do that. I don't really see too many people that can do that with success, but we digress. So now regarding chocolate, salt, protein powder, all those things, all the things that are like kind of gourmet and not really fruits. And, we say chocolate's a fruit, but like, no, it's not. You're eating the seed. The cacao, chocolate is a seed. So stop calling it cacao fruit. It's a seed. That's not you, Sherry.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with
You
you.
know, it's a seed. Now, is it a seed that we would normally eat in nature? No, it is toxic. It has caffeine, it has theobromine, and it is a, it's not a health food. But did it help me transition from a standard American diet, from a very shitty life in a shitty body with shitty skin, to be who I am now? Yes. Without raw chocolate, there is absolutely no way that I would be a raw vegan today in 2026. So, in 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, I didn't go a day without raw chocolate. And thank God for raw chocolate. Um, I had it whenever I wanted it. I had it as a pick me up. I got off coffee, so I sometimes I needed like the caffeine, I needed a pick me up. I was tired. I couldn't go home, or I worked very long hours. When I first went raw, I had two jobs. I worked from 7 a.m. to midnight every day, 6 days a week. So it's like without the chocolate, I wouldn't be able to do it. I would have cracked. I would have definitely had coffee. Okay, so I needed it. I think there's a time and a place for everything. We're on our transition. Where I get upset with people and where I think it's a real like shame is where people are eating things that they don't enjoy on a raw food diet. That is a big mistake. So if you're eating cacao, you're putting a scoop of raw cacao in your smoothie and you're not enjoying the way that tastes, but you're doing it for health benefits, that's a shame. And that's going to be your downfall. Um, because if you don't enjoy your job as a raw foodist, as a healthy human, is to find a way to eat raw and that is enjoyable and sustainable for you. So if that's what I did, I was like, I'm enjoying this or I'm not doing this. I can't. But so many people look at the raw food diet and they're like, all right, I'm going to do this because it's healthy. And Dr. Brooke Goldner says to do it this way. And so she's a doctor and I'm going to do it like this. And, you have to understand what's working for Brooke Goldner is working for her. And she enjoys smelling like broccoli. Like she enjoys the lifestyle she's living. But I would not. I eat an abundance of delicious, sweet, juicy fruit, and that's the way I like to do it. And if somebody else prefers eating more nuts and seeds or chocolate or protein powder, then don't let me talk you out of it because that's the healthiest thing you could do is enjoy the raw food diet in whatever shape or form. Now, at the basic level, if you're going to ask me what's healthier, protein powder, chocolate, or salt, oh my God. Well, that's a great question, but I think salt is definitely one of the most unhealthy things on the planet. So salt is the most unhealthy. Then we have chocolate, uh, and then protein powder. If the protein powder is just one ingredient, you know, if you're going to have protein powder with natural flavors, citric acid, all types of craziness, no, no, that's up there with salt. And then cacao would be the healthiest thing there because that's a seed. It is minimally processed and it's not ideal for us, but it's not going to do what the other crap that we used to eat is going to do. What are your thoughts, Sherry?
I still have questions. So, and what do you, so in terms of the timeline, you're saying the first 5 years?
Okay.
That's
Um, to be clear, I'm eating chocolate now. No, I'm eating a sumo. Um, no, see, that's the other thing. That's another thing. It's like people want a blueprint. No offense to Brian Johnson. People want a blueprint, right? And it's like that's my okay. I say this in my books. I say this in videos, Sherry. I always say 5 years. For at least 5 years, do not do a cleanse. Do not. And I always say this because it's just my hypothesis that without a solid foundation of knowing how to eat raw, you have no business doing any type of mono cleansing or juice fast or water fast or God forbid a dry fast. You have no business giving up any type of raw food that includes cashews and chocolate and nutritional yeast and all these things that you want to enjoy. Don't even give it up. Don't listen to me. Just unsubscribe from me if that's what it takes for you to enjoy the raw food diet because I truly believe you can't thrive on this for life without a solid foundation of how to eat without any restriction and enjoying it. So, okay, like your question is 5 years, in 5 years, should I give up chocolate? I don't know. The reality is that the more you eat raw, the cleaner your body will get. And one day you will get so sick when you eat something that's not healthy. For example, in 2022, I don't know if it was 22 or 23, I made my Snicker bars. I
Oh
hadn't
yeah,
made them. Yeah, I hadn't made them in a long time,
I
maybe like
remember.
a year or so. I
Hmm.
made them. I overate them because how can you not?
Hmm.
Okay, so like everyone had one and I had like 5 or 10
Hmm.
and then probably 10. And then I threw up the
Hmm.
whole next day. And that was
Yeah.
Christmas 2022 or 23. That's the last
Hmm.
time I had chocolate, Sherry. And you know
Hmm.
what?
Hmm.
That broke my chocolate. That broke my like FOMO right there. Like,
Hmm.
yeah, you ordered chocolate and I was like, "Ooh, that's so good." But the truth is that if I was in your house, I probably wouldn't even try it. And I loved chocolate. But
Hmm.
that traumatic experience, and also I don't know when to stop though. So like if I only had one piece or two pieces, I probably wouldn't have gotten sick, but I ate so much and my body was like, "Oh no, we don't like this. This is poison, especially in this quantity. We're expelling this immediately." So, like your body will tell you, you get sick eating chocolate, your body's too clean to eat chocolate. Eli probably can't eat chocolate if he is who he says he is. And Professor Spira probably can't eat chocolate if he says he is who he says he is. I can't. I can't do cashews without getting a ton of mucus the next day, pain in my nose, coughing, runny nose, and that just goes to show me, wow, my body has no longer any tolerance for this poison. But I'll never get that side effect from eating grapes or oranges or apples or bananas or even steamed vegetables. So,
Okay, I have another question. So if you can't have this stuff in the house that you are addicted to, so in this case, not chocolate,
yeah,
but something that would eat too, because you say you don't stop on things that you really like are
like
treats.
dates.
Yeah. So if that's the case, but not the case for everybody, would you see that there might be another path for other people and there are other ways to do this diet successfully where if they don't have that same personality trait that they could do it successfully in a different way, such as slightly lower fruit, higher fat, or steamed veggies on their salad at night, or like there's another way that would work for other people with different personality types that's still healthy and raw. Considered
Again,
raw. If you're 90% raw, you're raw, basically.
okay, again, that is a very good question. Man, that's a great one. There's a million ways to do the raw food diet. If you are eating a raw food diet and you are eating low fruit, you are asking for trouble and you will not be successful. I put that on my life. Even though I just said there's a million ways to do the raw food diet, if you're not getting the majority of your calories from fruit, I'm telling you right now, you will not be able to stay raw. And I put that on everything. I put that on all your money. Okay. I'll bet all of Sherry's money.
Oh,
Okay. That you
$200.
can't
Yep.
find someone in real life. I don't care what they say on the internet. In real life,
Mhm.
I've never met a successful long-term raw foodist who's eating 100% raw and low fruit. Now, what you can do if you don't enjoy a lot of fruit or you don't have access to a lot of fruit, like you say, but that's a lie. But anyway, you can absolutely get your calories like Dr. Brooke Goldner from cooked food, from starches, potatoes, vegetables have some, but you're going to get your calories from the potatoes and the starches, right? Like the squashes. And maybe she eats some quinoa or something. I'm not sure. I don't really, do you know?
No, but I'm not even asking for that. I'm just because you
No,
could.
but you're
Okay.
asking about, is there a way to do a low fruit raw food diet? And there
No.
isn't.
Okay, but I'm not asking for the Brooke Goldners because
Oh,
that starch is a whole different ball game in my mind. I'm talking about actual raw food is. So if you're above 90%, you're considered raw in their definition.
yeah.
So you could have steamed squash, steamed yams, and those kind of things. Okay, but more like the veggie types, like I think a squash, steamed squash is like on top of a salad. That's really like a high raw, almost all raw diet. Long
Oh,
term,
yeah.
that would be healing. And then you could do lower fruit, but not
Yeah.
starchy. I'm not talking about that. Is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
I know people that do that.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But you're not going to be able to sustain a high fat raw food diet, low fruit, zero cooked food. I guess in that regard, you're eating like lots of nuts and seeds, um,
Avocado, yeah.
tons of avocado. That's a thing. It's like these people,
Sprouts,
they
yeah.
don't eat a lot, and then one day they fall off because they're hungry. And it's like, what did you expect? Like these people that always eat the low fruit diet, they eat very little and they claim, like, but we don't live with them, but they claim, oh, we don't need that much food. As you get well, the worst one are the ones that say you don't need as much as you used to. Okay, that's true, but you still need calories and you need to eat. And people are always falling off because they're hungry. If you are hungry, you're not doing the raw food diet right. You need to eat until you're satisfied, and when you're hungry, you eat more. And that sometimes that requires you, especially in the beginning, to eat late. Yes. So yeah, 5 years is a good rule. Don't do an intermittent fasting. Don't do it. because it's like one day you're going to break if you're not eating enough. Of course, if you want to eat before the sun goes down, prioritize eating earlier, like you do. But for the average person, they need to be flexible and they need to know that if you're hungry, eat. I'd recommend fruit. If you're hungry and you're going to eat nuts, you're not going to feel good. You're going to gain weight. And you're not going to be a raw foodist. You're not going to be able to sustain this. Fruit is the only way to do raw foods. Or you do the squashes, which, by the way, also fruit.
Right.
So what are we
Yeah.
even talking about here? Low fruit.
Yeah. And so is there a way to do this lifestyle that for people that are not addicted to stuff and could have dates in the house
Hmm.
and people that could have steamed cooked food without going on a cooked food binge, right? Um, Is that sustainable? Is there other paths? Because there are areas where there is lower fruit in the winter and things like that, and some people that don't have addictive personalities. So there's that. Or they could have chia pudding for breakfast and more avocado and sprouts and make sprouted hummus. And like there are ways to do it that are still a healing type of diet, possibly.
I don't think it's healing to have a high fat. I don't think it's healing. The
Well,
healing comes from giving your digestive tract
yeah.
as little work as possible so your body can focus on healing. The
Without water
chia seeds
fasting,
and
don't forget to add that.
say that again.
Without water fasting,
Oh
because
no, of
water
course not.
fasting, people would say that that gives your digestion the rest, and that's when
No,
you
it
can heal.
does, but you can't sustain it and you'll die.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, just die then.
Yeah, yeah.
Cancel, whatever.
Or
But
yeah.
so you're the avocado, totally hybridized fruit, which I have once in a while, but like I know it's not healthy because when I eat avocado, I get bloated and I don't feel great. And it's like, oh, that for me, that's telling my body it's not exactly my species specific food, but we can eat avocado, of course. I, you know, that's a lot of fat. Okay. The chia seeds are, high in protein and fat. All the other things that I don't know what these people are eating, but all those other things are high in fat, which takes a lot. Of course you get more satisfied because it sits in your stomach like a brick. Okay. So like that's why you're not hungry and it's taking a toll on your body for you to stay skinny or whatever and for you to not have fruit. I don't know why people don't want to eat fruit, but then what's happening is that your body is just it's focusing on digestion all day and all night, and you can never get into healing mode because you are so busy digesting this food. So I don't understand why people want to, and you're also dehydrated, you're not getting the water, you're eating tons of nuts and seeds, and it's like, well, your body doesn't want that. It wants the water that's digested so quickly so you can just focus on healing. I don't know, but anything is, listen, it's possible, Sherry, of course. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone that can eat raw without eating a lot of fruit. But hey, people say they can, but I don't believe them because I live this lifestyle and I have been, I've met so many raw vegans. I've worked with so many people. It's 15 years I've been in the community, met so many people at Woodstock, and I never seen it successful. But, hey, the Loch Ness Monster supposedly exists, so I
Does
don't know.
Paul, what does Paul Neeson eat now? Do you know?
Uh, I don't even fucking know because I don't live with him, but he claims to eat um much less than he used to. But I mean, he has a fruit
Yeah,
farm.
yeah.
So I'm assuming he eats fruit. And I don't know what else he eats. I don't really watch his channel, but I
Oh,
know I
sorry,
know
I
that
don't,
he's never been overweight. He's never been obese. He's never had a food addiction. So I'm coming from someone who loves to eat and who needs to be satisfied and who had a food addiction and is susceptible to going back to gaining all the weight back and going back to where I was eating unhealthy food if I don't eat a lot of fruit. So yeah, of course, I don't understand everyone in this world and I could be absolutely wrong, Sherry. I could be. Also, did you notice all the people that eat high fat raw food, apparently, supposedly, they've never been overweight. They've never been obese. They've never been a food addict. Every single one of them. We don't have to name names, but it's Marcus, Cara. No, we don't have to name names, but it's
I,
all these skinny people that have never been obese, never been food addicts.
yeah. Well, I don't call anyone out. Because I'm just seeing what other types of diets that people do long term. But it is true that the ones that we know that eat a lot of fruit, like you and Lauren and Chris Kendall and people like I was wondering like Fred Beachy doesn't eat a lot right now, but he eats salads and fruit, right? So long term, that seems to be the simplest in what those people have been able to sustain. To your point, which
Yeah,
is
and it's just what works for me. So I'm only sharing what has worked for me. And if it's something else is working for somebody else, then keep doing it and like totally unsubscribe or just, tell me below. You know what I mean? Like that's okay if it's working for you, but I bet you it's not. I've never met somebody long term in real life that is eating. Oh, Ann Osborne's another one,
yeah,
Sherry.
yeah.
Long term, mostly all fruit, no greens, no nuts.
Yeah, and it depends if their goal is healing and if they think it's their species specific diet as to the reasons that people make their choices as well. And if you're a food addict, you're saying that you have to do it a certain way because of that. So it also, like I said at the beginning too, know your personality, know what your goal is, and that might be a consideration.
Yeah, and no, rest in peace, Victorious Klavinskis, who just recently passed away, and he was
Love him.
against fruit. He ate I guess, I guess a high fat raw food diet, and he passed away not being able to see or hear. Okay, and you know what clogs your membranes? Okay, fat. So he has all this mucus. He
Well,
refuses to. Yeah.
I don't want to talk about someone who's passed away because I love him
No,
so
but we
much.
need to. We're not talking about it. We're stating facts. We need to learn from mis. We need to learn from everyone.
But I don't, God bless him. I like his sprouts and I don't want to talk about anybody that's passed away, but
No, you're
I
not
know,
talking. I am.
yeah, I know, but I'm interviewing you, so I'm changing the subject.
Oh,
No,
yes,
I
I
know what you're
understand.
saying. We're just saying, we
I
want
don't think
everybody,
he did it right. And he was a great. I met him.
yep,
Have you met him?
not face to face.
Met him face to face, baby. Met
Yeah.
him, lovely guy, hit on me. Okay, so creepy old man vibes, but still very peaceful, loving, such a nice guy. Signed my book, appreciate that. Interviewed him thanks to you, I think. I'm pretty sure you
Yes.
probably set that up. And
Yes.
lovely, lovely human being. I'm just observing how he passed at the age of 89 in a wheelchair, blind and deaf. Um, and
This is
somebody
not, I did not agree to talk about
Oh, no, I
anymore.
understand. You're not.
Okay.
And
Okay.
somebody correct me if I'm wrong because I interviewed him and I'm pretty sure he was
Yeah, he had an issue with sight
his
from a
issues.
long, long, long
But
time ago.
the point is that yeah, I mean, I'm just observing him versus Fred Bishi, who's 96 and eating more of a fruit-based diet. And I'm just observing. That's all. And nothing, that's not offensive to Victorious because Victorious, he did what he wanted to do. He did the lifestyle the way he wanted to. I'm just observing the difference. He didn't age so well.
I love
I'm
the way he communicated, and I love his
Yeah.
recipes, and I loved
Rejuvelac?
no, no,
Is
no,
that the one you like?
no,
Because
and I loved his book, his style of writing. I like
did you
so
read
many
it?
things about him.
Okay, we're
Uh,
gonna move on.
yeah, we're gonna move on because I only have nice things about that. So diet wise, I think we answered the question, but what we're trying to decide is there's a time frame that you believe people should stick to whatever they need to make it enjoyable. But long term, like you said, you did low nuts and seeds for a while after being raw 15 years, but even that wasn't super enjoyable. And you added a little bit back in because you want to make sure it's sustainable for life and that you enjoy it, right? Is that
Yeah.
fair?
Yeah, I just prefer to enjoy my food, like my
Right,
dressings with the salad. And some people that they don't need to. Or like there's seasons of your life, where you might be eating a lot of fruit in the summer. You don't really need to eat a lot of nuts. And of course,
right.
you will lose weight quicker not eating nuts because they have so many calories, nuts and seeds. But at the end of the day, you can also increase your movement too. You can start walking more. And then you can also eat, your dressing at night with a cup or half a cup of nuts and seeds. And that's how I like to do it. There's so many ways to do this. It's not just one size fits all. There is no such thing as a like one way to do this. I don't care what Doug Graham says. And I love Doug. I'm going to interview him in 2 days again. 80,
Mm-hmm.
80, 10, 10 works for him. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
it'll work for you too. Didn't work for me, although I am clearly eating a 80, 10, 10 style diet, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
measure it out and I don't care to
I
because
think
if
you
I,
actually probably do eat that
yeah, but
ratio.
if I, but who knows? Because I
Yeah.
might be eating more. I don't fat than I don't know. Some days I eat durian for dinner. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if that's like allowed on 8 10 10 or whatever it is. But the point is that I don't believe in the strict. It doesn't. There's not one way.
Right.
So
And
experiment and see what way works for you.
yeah, and
And
if
then
some
guess what? You're gonna come back and say that I was right and that's the only fucking way, but keep experimenting.
And if you're trying to heal, then and eat the ideal diet, they would say, especially natural hygienists, which is, fruit and tender leafy greens. Like that's the simple thing. And
Yeah,
then
but
you
at
can,
the end of the day, if you're trying to heal, do
yeah,
whatever you have to do to not eat the foods that caused that disease or that
right,
health problem. So
right.
maybe that means a ton of avocados, a ton of nuts, cashews up the ass, which probably some raw vegans do, cacao, this, that, because your job is to get off the foods that cause the disease. At the end of the day, cacao and cashews and protein powder and oil and salt even are not actually the things that cause your disease. What caused your disease and your health issues are, okay, in this order: the dead animal body parts, the the secretion from a cow's mammary gland, okay, the prescription drugs, and the over-the-counter drugs. Okay, those are the four things that are causing your health issues. Okay, the jab too, but that's another story,
Oh
right?
boy, I love how you bring everything in that we did not agree to talk about.
No, but what do you want me to do?
I want you to answer the question, Your Honor. No, here's the thing.
That's part of me answering the question. Whatever
Yes,
you have to do,
but
and that brings it full circle back to the cacao, which I
yeah,
loved so much.
yeah.
I healed, lost, I got rid of my goal, Sherry, was to get rid of my acne. That's all I cared about. I
Hmm.
just wanted to, and that's eating as much nut butter and chocolate and salt and all the nuts that I wanted, because I stopped putting in the foods that were causing my dis-ease, which was my cystic acne. So it's like the dairy and the pasta and the processed foods, that was, and the meat and the dairy, that was all causing that. So then, whatever you have to do to get off that, now you're going to be a lot happier. You're going to lose weight a lot faster and you're going to look a lot better if you eat mostly fruit, but you can definitely do it eating mostly chocolate and cacao and, nuts and stuff like that too. Okay.
Right.
Um,
So you're saying basically that it is a transition food, but the transition length depends on your personality type and what your goal is for the
exactly.
journey. So
Exactly.
there we go.
You
There's
can
the
stay
answer.
there forever, like Spira. No, no, I love him, but he seems to be in the transition forever. Kind of. I mean, I don't really know him, but from my interviews,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, well, last week I had some tomato sauce in a can or whatever." I'm like, "Oh, you're still transitioning? Okay, 25 years later. Okay,
Oh
no,
my
I love
gosh.
it. I love it. I
Okay,
love it."
we're gonna do this without ever saying any names. But the only reason I brought up names earlier is just
Sherry, we
because
can't do a show if I can't be myself.
we're
I'm going to
not.
name the names. Trust me, I could be naming a lot more.
I know we love everybody is my point,
Fuck
and
everybody is what I
uh,
say.
uh,
No, just
you
kidding.
can love them
You
so
already
much that
did fuck
you
everybody. No,
F
just
them.
no,
Yeah.
that's thing.
Anyway,
Like,
let me focus. I think also the point is there are other things to health also, right? And that could be another episode for another time, which is we have to do the other things for healing. The trauma, the air, the water, exercise, the sunshine, the sleep.
right.
That's not so the chocolate versus the protein powder, whatever, it's all minor details. And sometimes
Correct.
I think people remember Chef AJ's thing, right? Do the thing that you'll stick to forever that's the healthiest. What is that? And people have to find that for themselves.
I had never
And
heard her say that. That's really
well,
good.
I said it in a different way, but she's basically saying find the healthiest version of the diet that you will stick to for the rest of your life. So it
Mm.
when it comes
Oh,
to
I
the
like
raw,
that.
yeah, yeah, with the raw diet, so the healthiest would be fruit and leafy greens possibly, but what can we stick to long term? So that's kind of what your point's been. And
Exactly. It doesn't
and
matter what works the best. What works the best for you is
that
what's
you will
going to work the
stick to.
best for you.
Yeah. Yeah. And so
Yeah.
yeah, and I know you get more questions than I do, and you get a lot of confused people from all the different advice, and this is that answer, which is don't sweat that, especially in the first 5 years, first 10 years even. It's always going to evolve. I saw an interview with this gal that's been raw 24 years, and it evolved for her. It evolved,
Who's that?
not naming names, can't do
No,
it.
who the fuck is Raw
I'll,
24 years
I'll look for the interview and send that link to you. But my point is, because
that I don't know of?
I don't know the details and I didn't watch the interview fully, so I will send you the link.
Mm.
but the point is that it
You
evolved.
see how suspicious I get, right? I'm such a New Yorker. You see how suspicious I get? Who the fuck?
That's suspicious.
That's weird. Like, who the
Yeah.
fuck is 24 years raw? And I don't know the bitch. Nah,
Um,
nah. Like,
she's she's super, super cool gal. I'll find the link and send that.
well,
But
I'd love to see her because that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, it's great inspiration for everybody. So it doesn't matter if you don't believe anything that you see online, because you've advised that as a general rule. Also, I do believe you've been raw as long as you say you have, and I do believe you, and I think other people do, and people do lie. That's been known to happen, but um,
And
it's
I don't even care if they believe me or not. I don't care. You know
yeah,
why? Because I know what I do. I
right,
know what I do. And if you and some people comment and they say you can't possibly be raw
yeah,
because you don't look like a raw vegan. And it's like, I don't even care because I know me. I know what I do. And I don't have to prove anything to you. What I'm here with the books that you've helped me publish and the YouTube channel and all the things that I do, the courses and the retreats. What I'm here to do is just to help people that want to be helped and just to give back because I've been so blessed learning about this raw food diet and it works. And it's like, what else can I do with my life that's more important than this? I don't care if people believe me or not, but listen, I am telling you right now, you can try all the little like ways of doing this. You can try all the little types of raw food diets, and you're gonna always come back to nothing works besides high fruit. I'm telling most like I can't even think of one person in real life that is successful. Not one of my fruity cuties, not one person I've ever met at Woodstock is successful long term without eating a high fruit diet. Every other person falls off constantly, or they're just lying and they're not who they say they are. Because it does it. I know I'm trying to tell you two things at one time, Sherry. It's like, yeah, there's many ways to do this, but yet I've never met anyone who's actually doing it long term. You just won't meet them. So, I mean, is there only one way to do this? Maybe, Sherry. I don't know because 10 years or more, 20 years or more, they're all high fruit.
and we could save this for another conversation
Now,
too.
the
Another
Corona, we don't fucking know what the fuck's going on over
oh,
there.
there's some
No,
naming
but
names
no,
again.
but let's just name names because
Let's not.
we don't understand what I don't know. Do you? Have you met him?
He seems to be slightly lower fruit and doing well on his
And
cream
have you met
cheese.
him?
No, of course not.
Because I'm trying to he's the only one on earth, but okay. I never
I
met him. I don't know anything about him really. I just know that he doesn't eat a lot of fruit, which is very suspicious and strange as a long-term raw foodist that never falls off. But maybe he's at the Indian restaurant with Dr. Morse and Kiking. Don't care
no,
what's
no,
in the
no, no,
fucking
no.
butter chicken or
He's
whatever.
vegan. He's vegan.
Mm.
Uh, uh,
Sorry.
well, what the well, so people could do this diet. Maybe they choose to have a treat, quote unquote, a treat, meaning raw gourmet, or go out to a restaurant. Make sure it's vegan, of course, but maybe they choose to do that as part of because social life is very important to them, as an example. And they choose that as like their intention, like deliberately. So for them, maybe they stay 95% raw and even eat raw when they go out, but they'll allow that oil and salt. And to them, that makes it sustainable long term. Or, like you said, the starches or the steamed veggies. So it's possible, or the lower fruit. Like there are people that do it. I don't know long term because I don't know them, but so it's possible, I guess. And
How
there's
can I name so many and only like and like one that claims, you know what I mean? Like there's
yeah,
something suspicious about that, Sherry. Because if you think of Lauren and Doug, Anne, Fred Bishi, we're talking about well, personally, in my personal life, I know like 10 people that are not online that are
yeah,
doing this long term. Okay,
yeah.
so I'm adding up those as well.
And they're
Who
all high
else?
fruit.
Oh, Fully Raw Christina.
Hmm.
Okay, Misfit Vegan. Oh, Eli Martyr.
The 10 that you know in person that are long term, you're saying those are all high fruit
Oh
also?
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
They're all Woodstock people, and I know more than 10 probably, but if I just off the top of my head, I could name 10,
Hmm.
including Yulia, who
Hmm.
runs the festival with me.
Hmm.
Um, and it's just like, how can I think of so many, but only maybe one, this one guy I don't
Hmm.
got to say his name again, but
Thank you.
it's like, and you know, all the other ones have been outed as like not even caring what they order at the Cheesecake Factory, so we know they not raw. And so it's like, oh, we can, John Rose. Are we allowed to say his name? I don't even know.
Oh boy.
This guy got a ton of
Just canceled
unsubscribers.
before it aired. Yeah.
Tessa just unsubscribed.
Oh
Whew.
boy.
Okay.
So, yeah,
So
no,
anyway,
I mean, my approach is different and your approach is more direct
I got to be me because everybody else is taken, Sherry. Cherry.
and
Ooh, that
I
rhymes.
and I gotta be me. But I do like when people get along. I know that's to my detriment at times. But I want people to feel like they don't have to, I don't want to say be judged, but I want them to feel like there's wiggle room, especially like you're saying, in
Of
those,
course,
yeah,
but
yeah.
just be honest. Just be honest is all I'm asking if you're going to be on YouTube. And also, it breaks my heart and it also frustrates me when I see people leading people astray, the blind leading the blind. If you don't know how to be raw, why are you teaching other people how to be raw? Like, what are you doing with your life? You're a scammer. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to go on and insult people, but it's just like, if you don't know how to do something, maybe don't help other people do it. Don't write books about it and don't have courses about it. Like, I don't know how to teach people how to ride a tricycle. So why would I come out with a book and a course and a YouTube channel on how to ride a tricycle if I don't know how to do it in real life? If you keep
Well,
falling off every few weeks or every month or every 2 years, or then you don't know how to eat raw.
sure. And I don't know who you're talking about. I don't want to know. I would
All of these
just,
fake motherfuckers.
well, yeah. So, I, yeah. Well, I don't want to get into that stuff, but I do understand and empathize with you that you get people that need help, and a lot of them have been misguided. So you're passionate about people being
These fake
able,
raw, yes, these fake
I'm
raw vegans are
trying to
ruining
say
the
it in a
potential
nicer
of the
way.
movement. No, but
Yeah.
they're ruining the potential of the movement. It breaks my heart because the raw food diet, like you, it helped me so much, right,
Hmm.
Sherry? Like I owe it my life and I want to protect it, but I can't when people keep telling people to do these crazy things. And I'm not naming names because of respect for you, but like people keep telling people to do these crazy things. And it's like, then it leads them back to eating dead animals. It leads them back to processed foods. They feel like a failure and the raw food diet doesn't work. And now they're going to try the next diet. And then another, and they never even get the benefits of this magical healing way of living.
Yeah, and I think sharing what you do is the best antidote to that in a loving way. Like this is what's worked for me. Like that, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't even have to mention other people. You can just say, here's my evidence, my life, without even mentioning what other people say or do, because the
Oh, yeah, that's true.
proof is in the chia pudding, as they say.
I
So
don't eat chia pudding, so we
I
don't
know,
even
I
have
know.
banana pudding, Freely
It,
used to say.
it is
The proof is
definitely,
in the
yeah,
banana pudding.
banana pudding that's mashed with your hands.
Somebody got so upset with my feet, like grape, like wine used to be.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how come you used to drink wine? You never cared that people stomping on the grapes. But all of a sudden, if I mash the bananas with my hands, you get
Uh-huh.
upset. Why is that?
Is that me or is that hypothetical?
Hypothetical.
Okay, I lost you there for a
You know
second.
what happened? You know what the
Yeah.
problem is? This lasted too long. That's why it went to a bad place. You see, we can't do long podcasts, Sherry. This lasted too long. This episode was too long.
You know
That's
what
why
I'd like to
names
do?
were called.
I'd like
That was the
to
problem.
have a cartoon of me and a cartoon of
Oh
you
my
where we
God,
just
please.
have AI just match the cartoon up with our sync it with our
Sherry,
words.
I will pay whatever amount of money is in your bank account to make that happen
Wouldn't that be
because,
hilarious?
oh my God, please, can you ask someone? I know you have a guy. Please,
It
and
can't
Miss It
it
Vegan, and I'll be wearing watermelon shit, and you'll be wearing some, what are you gonna wear? Protein powder, like fucking dress. No, no, literally, Sherry. Oh my God, please.
wait,
Can we
wait.
do
I like
this?
that cartoon of me with all the wearable devices. Can we use that one? Oh
Oh,
man.
and me like just sitting on a watermelon. Make sure I
I'll
look good.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Sherry. Make sure they have
And
my wig on and
uh-huh.
just make sure me. Oh my God, that's gonna be so cute. I know you're gonna make it happen. Okay, guys, let me know below if you like me and Sherry talking. Sherry, can you just tell them real quick who you are?
I am 006.
User 068.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, no, like a little history of you, a little background.
No, it's not going to get into it's already too long, like you said. But I do have a YouTube. My raw vegan YouTube is Sherry Craves Fruit, Shari. Sherry Craves Fruit. And I am less controversial or less brave, let me put it that way, because I just like to have fun and it's fun to just not stress sometimes because everything else seems to be stressful for people right now, in the world. So,
Yeah, Sherry's very calm. She's from California and I'm
uh,
from New York.
yeah.
So you could see the juxtaposition
Hmm.
of dichotomy is the word, I guess, of our personalities, which is very
Yep.
nice because she's very calm, very zen. I am
Hmm.
very fuck that shit.
Confrontational.
Can we just fucking like
Hmm.
all go raw at this point? Like why? Why are we still figuring out like why
Oh,
are we still talking about fruit has too much sugar? That's the fucking $1 million question. But we're
that's
gonna
a
answer that on the next one.
yeah, that's a good one for next one. And then the approach to plant-based or vegan exclusive eating is also a good topic because you and Gary were talking about like, F yeah, we're angry. Of course we are, and this is why. It's an urgent matter. Like we have to. If someone is there's a burning fire, we got to run to it, right?
Well,
I
I
lo-
always say there's a burning building behind me and nobody cares. It's like, can we all call the cops? Can we call the fire department? Or you're just
yeah.
gonna keep on watching it burn? But
So
yeah,
So we've talked about that, but yet if a different approach would get the firemen there, then that might be an option. So for the other ones, right? So maybe there's people that run right away, and then there's people that
of course, of course, of
okay,
course.
okay.
Somebody went vegan because of me. She said, Salima, shout out to Salima. She said she'd never heard anybody say dead animal body parts before.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the day that she went vegan. She got it. So the approaches are all types of approaches, just like there's all different ways to do the raw food diet. The only way that works is my way, though. And it is what it is. Now, I just
You
want to
know what?
say, me and Sherry, yes.
You could do a testimonial follow-up book on how people became vegan if you wanted to, because what is it that turned them finally?
I would
Because
love
that's
to.
That's
Yeah.
really different for everybody. And it was for me, and Selima just said what it was for her. And for you, it was
There's
like,
so many books in me that
yeah,
only you can help me write. But
yeah,
now, me and
yeah,
Sherry, this would be our normal conversation, but I begged her. I just want everyone to know a little bit back because you just appearing out of nowhere, you know?
yeah.
And then I just wanted everyone to know a little bit of the backstory here. Well, me and Sherry, we talk like this. Like, this is how we talk. This is a normal conversation, but I was like, please, can we record this?
Mm-hmm.
Please. We're on Zoom anyway, you know. Um, please can we
Oh,
record this? And
mm-hmm.
she let me. So I'm just grateful because this would be our conversation anyway, wasted.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can learn. Nobody can get any, like, dude, this would be such a waste if it was just
Mm-hmm.
me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's finally our greatness is going
Mm-hmm.
to be, just gifted to the world. And so let us know below if you want us to keep doing this kind of episode. Me and my friend Shari, who is also a raw vegan, okay, and she has guns. She can kick your ass. Okay, I don't know if we're gonna have a photo on the screen of her, but
Mm-hmm.
looking good. Okay, and we two people that are thriving on a raw vegan lifestyle. So now nobody can tell us we gonna die of a protein deficiency. Sherry, how long you been vegan?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that too. You know how you said that there's a sixth sense that you get like the longer you've been raw and that you get this like knowledge download and all that? I'm curious, and we could save this for another episode, but what you think that takes when someone becomes vegan, that download versus when they're raw vegan? Because I haven't obviously eaten animal parts in 30 years, but only raw, high raw, 8, 9 years, maybe 10 years, but exclusively raw, a total of 2 years. So, like the downloads are going to be like buffering. Like, is mine different than yours? Or is it like, does it have to be raw or like no dead animals in your body? You see what I mean? I mean, I have my
Yeah.
answer, but I'm asking you
Well, you know what? That's
next
such a good
episode.
one. We are going to
Yep.
do that on the next episode if they
Yep.
want to hear it. So give it a thumbs
Yes.
up and comment down below if you want to hear this and let us know what your thoughts are. Like, is there only one way to do it? Am I onto something here or is there a million other ways? Do you know any long-term low fruit raw vegans? When I say long-term, we're going to go with 10 years or more. I need And then also, like you live with them. Like it's you. Like let us know if it's you because anybody could say anything on the internet. Okay.
And,
I could be lying too. Sherry could be lying too. We don't know unless you live with us. But you'll know based on the feeling. This is it, Sherry, by the way. You'll know who's lying and who's not based on the feeling you get when they talk, their energy. But see, a lot of
mhm,
people can't read energies because they have too many dead animal body parts and too much processed foods clogging up their gut, which is
mhm.
where your gut feeling comes from. But that's a whole nother fucking episode.
And,
Um,
and if
this is
people
such a
think,
great topic. I can't
and
wait to
if
talk about that.
and if they could do like lower fruit in the winter and then higher fruit, I keep banging my head on this desk if they can hear that, and then like higher fruit when it's more abundant, depending on what state they're in or country. So, because to me that would make it like, what does Chris do differently in his winters, like when he has snow? I'm
He
curious.
doesn't.
Yeah,
He eats persimmons and bananas and dates, a lot more
yeah,
dates and a lot more bananas. And the reason you
yeah.
keep banging your head is because you're not eating enough fruit. So basically, no, just kidding. But you wouldn't be banging your head if you had more fruit.
Hand,
I'm just
just hand,
it's
by the
oh
way. Yeah,
your
yeah.
hand too. You wouldn't be
I
banging your hand.
It's totally from the occasional
I thought it was your head.
team.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, Chris, no, you just adapt.
Uh-huh.
Um, the apples, grapes, bananas, dates, persimmons, like oranges. God
Hmm.
is providing abundance all year round. There is never a low fruit season, ever. There's just different fruits. It's just, I don't understand the people that are lying because they want to
Hmm.
just stay addicted to their processed foods and their cooked foods. Just say it. Don't lie and say that you don't have enough fruit available. Like, where are you living? In the fucking motherfucking desert of where? There's a Costco near you. There's a Asian market. There's a Trader Joe's. What are you talking about? I don't
And
even
so,
understand these people.
so even if they don't have a food addiction, if they're saying that or using that as an excuse, they're lying. And that's just an excuse to get foods that they want to, or they want to have a treat.
Correct.
They just need to admit that that's what they want.
Or not, just keep lying or whatever. But I've been a raw vegan for 15 years in all different types of climates and
Yeah.
all different types of environments and traveling for a living. I had to
Hmm.
go to Boston and Washington and Seattle and California, which California is like the easiest place to be a raw
That was
vegan,
fun. Yeah.
especially if you're a gourmet raw. Like the easiest. New York is
Hmm.
not anymore. It's definitely California. The
Hmm.
easiest place to eat a fruit-based diet. I mean, if you have a car, anywhere. The easiest
Hmm.
place to eat a fruit-based diet if you don't have a car is New York City, for sure. You could just go
Hmm.
hop on the train, go to Chinatown, get the best fruit on the planet. It's still not easy though, because you can't buy in bulk without a car.
Hmm.
But okay, love you, Sherry. This has been long enough. Love you
Hmm.
guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Sherry, thank you for your time and your inspiration,
Hmm.
expertise, and for not eating dead animals. Guys, let
Hmm.
us know below if you are also not eating dead animals and if you'd like to hear more from me and Sherry. And we'll see
Hmm.
you in the next
Bye.
one. Mwah. Bye. Oh my gosh, Sherry.